Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Prius Online, a free-to-play 3D fantasy MMORPG from gPotato. So let's get started. As you can see, we're already logged in. I've chosen my server. There's two servers that you can choose from right now. They are pretty populated. I've noticed I do have a couple of characters that I've run around a little bit with. But we're going to go through some of the character creation process so you guys can see that and all that good jazz. So as you can see, you've got 7 different characters that you can choose from. And what's really weird is they do have a little bit of gender lock to them. First you have kind of your humans, which they call the Hume, which you've got the male here, and then you've got the female over here. The male can actually be an occultist, which later on he can do a job change to an archmage and a mastermind. And the female is a gunslinger to start out with, and later on she can job change to a sharpshooter or a duelist. Then you've got the lawn type, which is kind of this cat-like type creature. The first one is the male, and they can actually be a berserker, and they can job change later on to a sentinel or a juggernaut. And then you've got the female, which over here, and she's got these cool garters and all that stuff. You know, there's a lot of sexual undertones going on in all of these characters. You've got the female, which could be a huntress, and later on she can turn to like an oracle or an Amazon. Then you've got the Iron, which are right here, and oddly enough, this tall one with the long hair, even though it looks female, is actually the male. So really funny. So you can see right there, Iron, and this is the Legionnaire, and the Legionnaire can turn into a gladiator or an astral knight. Let's go back, and then you've got the female right here, which is kind of, you can see with a sword and shield, kind of like your tank class. And that's actually the Shadow Templar, and then later on they have deeper options as far as what they can become, as far as the tank class is concerned. But let's go back, and then last but not least, you've got the Briar, which is a minstrel, and they can later on turn into an orchestrator or a siren. But let's go back, and we're going to actually go with the Hume, and we're going to go with the Gunslinger, because I think it's kind of cool. So you can see right here, you've got the Hume character type, and you can sift through these just as I just did, just like that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go with, actually, you know what, maybe let's go with the Hume Occultist. That's kind of cool. So let's go with the hairstyle. Let's see what we've got here. Let's go with that one. Why not? And then you got a face. And then you can choose your hair color. And it's only kind of like a tint. It's not a true hair color. So we're gonna go with let's go with this crazy like red color. And then you've got skin tone. Let's go with something dark. And there we go. So next, create your character, and we're gonna go ahead and try that name, see if it's available, and it is. Now this is the next part of this. So as you go through the game, you're able to have this anime character. Let's go ahead and pick a hairstyle. Let's go with that one. Let's go with a face. Let's go with this kind of sad face. And you've got 4 different disposition options. We're going to go with active independent and create that. Now, there we go. We've got our character right there. You can see my other characters that I play right there. The Berserker. Now, the reason I have this Berserker to level 10 is that's when you actually get your anime. And then your anime you're able to assign skills to, and then she's able to, or they're able to help you out in combat and things like that. But we're going to go through the Occultist, take a look at how he works. You can see right here, you can choose your channel. We're going to go ahead and start. And it's going to give me a little cutscene here. The game is very story-driven, has a lot of story stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and skip by this. You guys can watch it later on. It asks if you want to play the prologue. I'm not going to play the prologue simply because it'll take the entire length of this video. The prologue is really good. It's a great way to make some fast early money, and also to see about the gigas, which later on in the game the animes can control gigas, and then they'll actually allow you kind of go in and you're able to control them and run around and stuff like that. Pretty cool. They can do big mass area of effect type damage skills and things like that. But we're going to run through a lot of the stuff that you would see in the prologue. So you guys can either watch this video and choose not to do the prologue, or you can watch the video and go back and do the prologue. So you can see we're still getting part of our storyline here, because essentially at the end of the prologue you get beat up and it seems like you're dead, but you're actually not. So that's essentially what it's talking about right now. Now one thing you'll see is as we go along, and I'll point this out, some of the text is weird. I don't know what font they're using, but they'll have like weird symbols where they maybe were supposed to have an apostrophe or things like that. Just some weird cleaning up that they just didn't do. Not sure why they didn't do it, but for whatever reason they didn't. So let's get past this, and you see this is it's kind of like a little fuzzy as we're waking up from being unconscious because we got the snot kicked out of us.
You're awake.
But as far as the graphic style is concerned, it's kind of a cross between realism and anime. It's pretty funny. I mean, the game has a lot of heavy sexual innuendos, a lot of open midriffs, a lot of cleavage as far as the female characters are concerned and stuff like that. So definitely trying to catch the male eye, so to say. But it's kind of cool. Every different race has its own starting city. And so it's kind of neat as you play the different races or different classes. You'll start in different areas. It is too bad that the races and classes are gender locked. Like you can't take and you can't play a huntress as a male, which kind of fits. But you know that also means that you can't lead on to be like an oracle, which is kind of a shaman type character later on. So. But you can see there are other players running around. Here's one right here, which is actually a female. So she's a gunslinger. But it drops you in right away, and you can see as you complete these quests, you get the rewards and stuff like that. But let's get through there, get the quest. Now, one nice thing that's really cool. Let's end this conversation. So you can bring up the map here, and you can see where you need to go with this little. It's kind of tough to see, but you can kind of see this yellow or orange kind of text. Kind of hard to see. Let's see if we can zoom in so you guys can see that better. You can't. See if maybe we zoom out, you can see it better. No, that's even worse. So either way, you kind of see these little arrows pointing to where you need to go as far as your quest is concerned. You can also take and look on your mini map, and you'll see this little glowing circle there. And if you lose it, you can just click on the quest, and that'll bring it up. You can also use U to bring up your larger quest list and stuff like that. But let's start heading off in that direction while we look at some other stuff. So you've got your skills. I've got 1 point. You can see right here, I've got my magic orb. We don't have that assigned yet, so it's a common skill. So we're going to drop that right there. And we do have 1 point left, so we got this Magica Burst, and then we've got our Magica Orb. Now you can see you can kind of take a different path here. You can either go the path of kind of ice and stick over here, or you can go the path of, it's kind of like fire. You know, you've got meteorite and stuff like that. Now you're not locked into that path, but obviously, as you know from playing other games, you only have a limited number of points because you get 1 per level. So you kind of want to pick which direction you want to go. I'm going to actually go with the fire side and pick up this meteorite. So you go right there, you add that, you go ahead and click right there. And you can see later on, once you reach level 10 and you get your anima, you can go ahead and start assigning skills to her, and they have a bunch of different skills, like they'll resurrect you or Lady Luck or stuff like that. Now, one thing that I recommend, make things easier, just go ahead and drop this right here. As you kill things, actually picking up the items can be a little bit weird or difficult. I mean, it's not that hard, but at the same time, it's a lot easier if you just have that icon or that hotkey to just spam away on and just pick the stuff up. As you can see graphically, the game has a lot of kind of, I guess you could say, abstract detail. It's not really super detailed like some other games, but it has some basic details. The animations are not as good as I would expect from a game that arrived on the scene more recently. Especially, you can see me running. They're not as fluid as you see in some other games that are out there. So let's go ahead and complete this quest and get our, there we go, we've got our pocket bear, and let's end this conversation. So the drill master is actually right behind us. Now this is the Solero, which is a really cool system. You can see guys running up to it all the time. You can see there's a bunch of players running around here. So you can bring up the Solero, and we can actually travel to any of these spots. Now we need to go destroy the little pocket bear. Let's see, where exactly are those guys? So they're right out here, so we can show how this Solero works. So we're going to travel to this Solero, spend our 10 life, and we're going to cruise out to right where all these little pocket bears are. You can see there's little Solero, where are they? Actually, of course, as I'm looking for them, I can't find any of them. There'll be little icons all over the map. Let's zoom out, maybe we can see more. There'll be little icons all over the map, and then they'll show you where you can travel with using the Solero system. Can't see them right now, but trust me, they're there. They come out later on, I guess. So we're going to go ahead and little pocket bear there over here. So there we go. So there's the little pocket bear. So we're going to take and just start firing away on this guy from a distance. There you go. Now, one really cool thing is as you use certain skills, they'll actually trigger the cooldown of other skills to completely reset. So you can almost more rapid fire, I guess you could say, different skills. So it's kind of cool, and you'll hear it, just kind of that little tinge, so to say, of a sound. So let's see if we can get this one. So let's start casting, and then cast our different spells. Our fireball takes a little bit, but it does a lot of damage. It almost looks like that's the skill we want to use to pull these guys with, and then the other two we're able to spam much faster, even though they don't do as much damage. So there we go. We took him out and destroyed little pocket bear. So we're destroying the wrong ones. So we need to do little pocket bears. So here we go. This should take far less time to take these guys out. And let's actually cast this meteorite. It's not a fireball. They changed it to meteorite. So whatever. There we go. We leveled up. Every time you level, you'll get one of these little guide pieces that'll tell you a little bit more about the game. Especially early on, it's nice to have that because it'll walk you through a lot of the little basics and things like that. So it's kind of cool to have that little guide, not that town guide, but the little guide pop up that's showing, you know, who to talk to and different things that are going to be available to you. So let's keep taking these guys out. We've got 3 more to take out. While we do, we can look at our inventory. It's really cool. One thing that I like, and I really like it when games do this, is separating your quest items from your common items and then your redemption items. So it's nice that they give you that option to have all your different items spread apart, so you're not sitting there and sometimes, you know, just hunting through all these different quest items and things like that just to find a potion or whatever and whatnot. So that's one thing that I do like. You can see you've got different quest or wanted criminal mission. The wanted criminal mission is kind of cool. Shows up and it actually has a reward, so you go hunt those guys down and you'll actually be rewarded for taking them out. Really kind of a cool system right there. Then when you take and you bring up info, you've got all kinds of different stuff here. You've got your character info, which is pretty basic. Now you don't get statistics to allocate. You mainly get those as you're going through and leveling up. You get those different things. So let's go back. We can go through some more of this stuff while we cruise back into town to turn in our quest. So let's zoom in so we can see exactly where we're at here, and we want to go to this one right there. Yep, travel. So like I was saying, you've got your character info. Let's bring up some of these other ones. Then you've got the character skills. We leveled up, so we've got a point to allocate. That's already at 1 of 1, so we can either go down here and we can add a point to ignite, which is you can see they've got different types of skills, whether they be that or you got passive. This will reduce the cooldown of your Magicka burst by 1 second. That's actually a pretty cool one, so I'm going to go ahead and increase that so that I can shoot off that skill much faster. So where is this guy to turn in this quest? He should be right here. There we go. Guard Marion. So there we go. The Pocket Bear counterattack. Turn it in, and there we go. We leveled up again, and this tells you what I was talking about earlier, where you get your anime back at level 10, and you do have to go through kind of a whole quest process to deal with to get your anime back, but it's not a big deal, and it's kind of cool, the whole storyline of it and stuff like that. So this guy's supposed to be right around here that I'm supposed to talk to, and there he is, Drill Master Noah.
Do you need me?
So the Chosen Hume, that's me. All right, Shore of the Dawn, next. So we need to go and see Admiral Latch. So let's end this, and it looks like he's right down here. Now, one really cool thing that the game has is if you're kind of lost or looking for quests and stuff like that, is they actually have like a like a bulletin board or a quest board, they call it. So you can go to that quest board every time you level, and you can find the different quests that are available for your level. So you can be able to actually see the different quests. They won't lead you right directly to where you need to go, but it does actually tell you who has a quest for you and stuff like that. So go see Professor Miguel. Let's see, where's he? So he's basically right behind us. So we're going to cruise back over this way. But I'm not sure if you can hear it. The sound is turned down a little bit. I can actually turn up the background music a little bit. Let's go to the game options. Let's go to audio. Let's turn up the music volume just a little bit so you guys can hear what's going on. The musical score, so far from what I've seen, is very good on all sides. And now this is my my third character, so I've basically played all the different types, so to say, all the different races, and all the music is different in all the different areas. So they definitely spent a good time putting music together to give you that kind of the ambiance and stuff like that, so to say. So we've completed that, and it looks like we're heading out to the main square where all the action is going on, all the different merchants and things of that nature. So looks like we can we jump into the water? Let's see. There you go. Do we? Yep, and we swim. So got to see a little bit of swimming. So let's cruise into here, and there's that guy actually has you could see the icons on here with the quest givers. They actually have these red exclamation marks above their head. Can't talk today.
I hope that was all you needed.
So pick up that quest, cruise over here, and we're supposed to talk to somebody right around here. And of course, I ran right past little Barney.
Boring.
So Lady Luck request, and it looks like he's got, it almost looks like cotton candy, but who knows what the hell that is. So here's the thing I was talking about with basically apostrophes turn into this upside down exclamation mark and this line. So not sure why it does it, but oh well. The game does have a really good variety as far as the monsters are concerned. When you get outside, you start to see some crazy stuff. You saw the different bears, and we're going to go out and hit monkey slingshot, so it looks like we're probably going to have to take out some monkeys and stuff like that. So we've got some quests here that we can turn in. There we go, we're already level 4. So as you can see, the leveling curve is pretty decent. And there it talks about the Solero, and you'll see a lot of that stuff where it'll talk about the different things that I've been talking about, and it walks you through all those different things as you move through the different levels and stuff like that. So there's another guy down there who wants to give us a quest, but it looks like there's somebody up here too that we're gonna go pick up this quest. But I am out of time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Prius Online, you can read our full review on MMOden.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.